We've kind of got a smorgasbord going on. Got pretzels with peanut butter, beef jerky, big jar of peanut butter, quail eggs, moon pies. Got some more of the wild pears, bananas, apples, oranges, bag of walnuts, big moon pies and little moon pies, popcorn, couple of baked potatoes, some jelly beans, more walnuts, and peanut butter. And there's a pair of those glasses from Easter time.
Easter, yeah. Somebody hangs out over here, and Ken thought we left the Mylar balloons. They were here when we got over here. I left them. I didn't remember bringing them, but maybe we did. I don't.
It's been long
It's
enough
been a while.
now that we've forgotten if those were left here by us or if they'd been brought here by one of the young ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get through here without eating a face full of spider webs.
Good luck with that.
Like my least favorite late night snack. Come back and I don't know if they've made their way to that treat pile yet or not, but what I could hear while we were sitting out there an hour ago, it sounded like it was happening.
See what they're doing. What they've been up to.
I mean, it is pitch black out here tonight. There's no moon, no stars, cloudy and overcast, and I can hear screaming, whooping, screaming way back in the background.
Yeah. Which we notice sometimes they'll do when we get to the edge. They'll start calling back and forth a little bit.
One letting another one know, hey, they're in here tonight.
So we'll see. Maybe they'll come up and visit.
Hang on, big spider web in my face here.
Spider in food.
Yeah, I didn't want to eat that one.
He was pretty. He was glowing.
A little bit of eye shine, guys. How about it tonight?
Little visit. definitely on their terms as dark as it is.
Yeah, and kind of watch, because all these new arches, all these new leaners and structures, some of this stuff, it just kind of disorients me because I'm not familiar to all their new stuff they put in place yet.
Yeah. It's amazing what we use as road markers out here. And all of it is changing again, so.
Yeah, you look for a certain tree that is shaped in such a way, and you know where you're at in that part of the woods because you've been in it so many times. But stuff has changed, drastically.
Yeah.
Here in the last month. Well, if they didn't get that tree pile, they're missing out, because that was quite a buffet we spread out for them.
Yeah, we wanted to indulge them a little bit. What was that?
I just heard a...
Chirping, kind of a...
Yeah, it's over there to your right.
Well, the babies were making that sound.
Almost like a little clicking something.
It's a clicking, chirping. And it could be other life out here, but it caught my ear because it sounded so much like that night we had them right in front of us.
So watch all these vines down on the ground here. I don't want to have to carry you out of the woods tonight.
You're right about that. You definitely don't want to have to do that. I wouldn't want to carry me out of the woods. Not like that. All of this is just, and it blows my mind because we can be out in the daytime and it's all stands out almost predominantly at night, and you would think it would be in the day.
Well, nighttime you're focused on just as far as your little bit of infrared light and eyeballs can see, and when there's absolutely no moonlight to work with tonight. What? Hey, who just threw a limb?
Who's here? Come on. Maybe it was the babies. Look at that limb going across. I don't know why that looks funny to me, but maybe it's growing that way. Look at it right here.
Yeah, I see what you're looking at. It's teed off up there. It's been placed there and balanced.
It's awfully perpendicular for a natural brand.
Yeah.
Need to get over there and look at that in the daytime. But off and on for the last few months, we've met a lot of those teed looking or perpendicular limbs, and everything that I kept getting about it was about balance and rebalance. And we have had a lot to adjust to in the last few months, and maintaining the balance has definitely been a challenge, but...
Oh, you just hear the woof?
Uh-huh.
Woof.
Come on.
Do it again, guys.
You here, buddy?
There you go.
I feel so bad. We'll keep an eye out here. And look at that. This is just like a nest right here in front of me. The way that, and I know it's vine work, but it's just intricate with that broken limb coming up right there. Like I said, it's possible it fell that way, but
I got to be mindful of the camera. It's front heavy with all these lights and stuff hanging off of it, so it keeps wanting to lean forward.
okay. But yeah, I think the theme for the year that I've noticed has been all about balance and rebalance. Trying to get the equal balance between the internal and the external, and call it 3D and spiritual. But all right. I started to say Junior, but respectfully I will say Jonas. Where are you? Little friend, I know you're here. I can feel you.
Well, there's his log. Try to get my way through here without eating a bucket load of spiders.
Well, nobody can eat spiders the way you can, honey.
Well, I would say it was a success. I've got stuff on the ground spread out everywhere. Mylar balloons are moved around. Everything is cleared out. I mean everything. One little moon pie wrapper.
Yeah, both of the Mylars we found up on this upper part over here. I swear I don't remember bringing Mylars. I've never bought a Mylar balloon for the woods.
The only ones I remembered were the ones that were way over there by the mound.
And they were all faded out where they had found them somewhere.
All right, so now that we have got an empty cupboard here, we've got William's large ultraviolet light with us that we brought out tonight, and I'm going to turn all these IR lights off. Give me just 1 second here. Hit the right button without killing the video.
Can you see?
There we go. Now turn the IR lights on. Looking for, well, that's the white trim off the blanket.
Pieces of wrapper.
Looking for anything that might look like a handprint or urine or just anything.
I'm looking.
All right. Take a step or two back. Kind of scan that area right in front of you there.
Well, that's the other balloon.
Anything on the ground off to the right?
I'm looking right and left here. Little bits of something glowing.
I think that's just little shreds of paper. I mean, everything is gone. There's just like, what, 2 moon pie wrappers, and the rest of that stuff is out of here.
Trying to see what this is. Ew, it's like stringy. I'm not I'm not doing it.
Well,
I don't know what that is. It's purple though.
if I can hold that for just a minute, I want to
You can, because you're taller and you've got a better,
right.
give it a broader light.
stand still for just a minute so
Okay.
I can kind of sweep around here. So that's hoping on the Mylar balloon there might be something that looks like a handprint.
There's little, it's funny because it's sparkling in places, but
Yeah.
it's got to be the aluminum in it.
There's something glowing back there, maybe another piece of a
Wrapper?
wrapper or something. Now there is nothing. I mean, it is completely cleaned out. The sardine cans, peanut butter jars, all that. I don't see anything.
I wonder if they carried it off to another. That'd be a lot to carry. That was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's a butt ton to carry.
I know their hands are a bit bigger, but
Let me turn the IR system back on here. There we go. I can see the light.
Well, I'm gonna keep hold of this flashlight just in case we.
Well, you can turn that UV light off for a minute and save the batteries.
I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else close.
I don't see anything scattered around, on the ground. It's just like the whole thing got scooped up and gone.
Well, we've always said they seem to know what we're doing before we do, so.
We're going to find somewhere out here in the daytime a pile of it where they've sat and ate it and done whatever they've done.
It's been a little while. We might come across a peanut butter jar or something.
Well, let's make our way back out and around to the trail and try to work our way down to the first gifting tree. The only thing we left there after we put that pile out were some sardine cans. I didn't show it on the opening video because it was just, a few cans of sardines.
Excuse me.
But if all this stuff is gone, that's definitely gone. And one of the points that
I just heard a grunt.
I was talking, I didn't hear it over.
Yeah, it was to your right, so just kind of keep an eye. Come on. You can walk with us,
But one of the points that, I was trying to impress on the intro to that last video, where I kept flashing the word overlap, 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 and talking about 3D, 4D, 5D dimensional overlaps. A lot of people are familiar with things like ley line, the term of ley lines and stuff, but there's dimensional overlaps all over the globe. Known places like vortexes out in Arizona and just all over the place, actually. It's not limited in any way, shape, or form, but these overlaps, look at it kind of like a fault line or a fissure, and it's areas where a lot of things can traverse back and forth. Call it a portal, call it a doorway. Sometimes they're just really brief, just really a temporary thing. Other times they may last for months or even up to years, But it's always kind of shifting and moving and changing, kind of like the way water cuts itself through mud. Over the course of time, it'll find different paths to follow and flow, find its own natural course. But areas like that are notorious for, I would say, the big canine bipedal creatures that come out. I hate using particular words, but you know what I'm talking about. A lot of the elementals, the woodland elementals and stuff like that, will use those overlap areas.
Well, the way that Uncle explained it, some of those are restricted to specific lines of energy as far as your canine creatures. And he shows it like the image that he brings to my mind is like a diamond, in the way that you see the facets on a diamond and how those facets join together. So they act.
Look at it from one angle and you can see completely through it like a window.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it from a different angle and you can see everything in however many facets of it that there are coming back in.
And things such as the light spectrum and all this would definitely make a difference in how we call it the glimpses that we might get into that.
Okay. I'm going to take a step back for just a second. So I want to point down here. That's that log we were discussing a couple videos back, and all the debris now that's on the ground around it. Those arches there, so that lets you know where we're at right now. That brand new arch.
A whole mess of stuff going on. Rearranging the house. Okay.
So anyway, back to what I was talking about, these overlaps, people that are out in those areas when they're occurring, you know, they can get fast and furious sightings, interactions, things like that, and it'll run hot and cold where it'll happen, you know, real frequently for, say, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months. And then it'll go dry and then come back up again. It's all cyclical. You know, these are just my thoughts on it. It's all cyclical and it runs in patterns, and I'm not sure exactly how to put that pattern into a chart to kind of forward guess what.
Well, when you look, maybe this, what about like a, you know, when you look in a kaleidoscope and you turn it and it creates a pattern.
Right.
And you turn it a little further, it creates a different pattern. That's the image that I'm getting in my mind, where it's fractional. It depends on light and depends on...
Well, if all of the prisms are set in a space on that kaleidoscope, it would be a repeat over and over again. But if they're free moving, if they're fluid, who just whistled?
Right behind us.
It's never going to be the exact same picture every time you turn it.
Right.
It's always going to be something different.
And with light being a factor, when you consider our sunlight and times of year.
Well, look at that honker.
We can go around that one.
Yeah, I don't want to eat that one tonight.
Hello. It's right behind us. That's the babies squeaking.
Yeah, I just heard it squeak again.
Let's come this way. I think they're calling this way.
Do you guys like your treats?
Did you enjoy it?
All right.
Bring more? Okay. I heard bring more.
There's that brand new big arch. How about a little wave and nod for the camera, guys? A little peek-a-boo time out here.
Yeah, let's play peek-a-boo. You like peek-a-boo. Usually I feel that ornery took by now, but I'm not feeling him. I felt Little Man Jr., but... And so Bay. Maybe Took's grounded. I shouldn't laugh, that's not funny. Who's here? Come on. But you know, a lot of people, as an example, some houses have massive activity of a spiritual nature, call them ghosts, or for some they would call poltergeists and things like this. I mean, it's just
a lot of
intense
activity, yeah.
But when you consider the existence of these lines, when we build a structure, it doesn't have to be a house, it can be a barn, it can be a shed, workshop, But when you build something on top of this line, it's
or a place that's susceptible to opening and closing like that, it might not be constant. It might go in cycles, like I
Right.
said.
And it does. It expands and contracts and expands and contracts. But you have to remember the Earth is always breathing in that same way. Call it a pulse. Call it a, we do it. Our pores open, they close. You think about all of these things. So for some, they get frustrated because they've had a lot of encounter or experience, and then all of a sudden it just feels like
It goes dry
everybody's
and
gone.
they wonder if they've done something wrong. Well, maybe, but chances are good, more than likely, that window that was being utilized has contracted enough that they're not coming through as frequently or as often.
We're through the same one.
Yeah.
And
Pick
you
it
might
up
find,
again 10 miles down the road or whatever.
and you might find that if it's a specific time of year, that revisiting that at that time of year could yield result again.
Well, I was sitting there looking at our fallen log that we sit on up there in the distance. Here's the first gifting tree here, so see if our sardine cans are
Still here. Let's look.
I don't see anything. Do you?
Mm-mm. More of that purple glowing stuff.
Lichen or yeah.
Might be. It felt like rubber or
The-
stretchy.
The sardines are gone.
Something orange there on that limb.
I think that's those lichens in that UV light.
Yep. Lichens get me all excited for nothing.
Well, if that's all it takes, I'll bring you home a box full of them.
Well, usually in the blue light they're white, and these are kind of...
Well, yeah, in the UV light they change color. It's like looking at a lot of high mineralization rocks in the UV light. Well, guys, they have cleaned out the cupboard.
Yeah, they have.
And they have backed off and pointing their fingers and giggling now. You want more tomorrow? All right. Well, somewhere, when we get out here in the daylight, there's going to be a pile of wrap.
A pile.
What just went running?
I don't know. They're playing with us is what they're doing. Those little ones, I feel them.
You got to wonder sometimes if they're not like ventriloquists where they can throw noise and throw sound from
I'm pretty
opposite
sure
of where they
can.
actually are.
That would not surprise me either. I'll have to ask about that. I don't see why they couldn't, though, with their vocal cords being the way they are. That's an interesting thought.
Able to throw their voice.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if we
That's
can do it,
just
limited.
a thought I had while we were standing here. Because what I heard sounded off to your right, but the vibration felt like it was coming from the other side, if that makes sense, if you understand what I'm saying. It's like you can feel the vibrational force off of one side of you, but the sound's on the other. I don't know.
Well, that one time I think we were up there at the watchtowers, and whatever went running right behind us. But I could feel the thumping in the ground as it did it, so it was consistent. Which is
Would you moon us for a moon pie? Anybody? Bet Junior would do it for 2
Bet
moon
he'd do
pies.
it. He probably wouldn't even
I
have to
shouldn't.
have a moon pie.
I shouldn't say that because we didn't bring anything out here tonight other than the
Yeah.
camera and the light.
He said you can bring it later. Longer it takes, it's like interest. Extra.
Now let's give a quick scan around. What little breeze we had has quit.
It's been a beautiful day, though. I'm so grateful. Perfect day.
Well,
And you need
It's
to make
hard
sure
for
everybody
me
knows
to-
you're feeling better.
yeah. Making sarcastic jokes, I must be feeling a little better. It's hard for me to see anything in this little dinky-dink monitor, so if you see anything on the big screen, guys, when we finally get it all put together, shout out. But I think we're going to wrap this up for tonight, and looks like we've got to bring some more stuff out here
Yeah.
tomorrow.
And keep an eye out. You may just get the moon from Junior.
Get
Jonas.
a moon for a moon pie. Kind of like that, what would you do for a Klondike bar? All right, boys and girls, I'm glad you tagged along with us. I think we're going to wrap it up and call it a night.
Yeah,
Well-
thank you.
Catch you next time down the trail. Bye.
Bye.